we are awarding the Tyler Award to Bioforce. And the reason is that Dr. Tyler always believed that herb companies should follow somehow the model of the pharmaceutical companies and invest a certain percentage of their annual revenue back into research on the safety and efficacy and the benefits of their own products. And one of the best companies that exemplifies this type of rationale, this type of culture, is a relatively small but incredibly beautiful company in Switzerland, Bioforce, started by Alfred Vogel, a company that is really strongly committed to the idea of sustainability, a company that's in touch with all of its supply, a company that has its own research department and produces a number of clinical trials on its own herbs. And if you look at the echinacea literature, with all of its ups and downs and the positive and negative studies on echinacea, one of the areas that actually shines brightly is a meta-analysis of 3 clinical studies on echinacea that were all conducted on the Bioforce Echinoforce product, all of which points to a positive effect on the Echinoforce, which is an Echinacea purpurea extract that they grow there in Switzerland, for helping to treat symptoms related to upper respiratory tract symptoms related to cold and flu. And in order to try to find some kind of positive trend in the literature on echinacea, which can be very confusing because there's so many different species and different plant parts and different types of preparations and mixtures thereof in the echinacea literature, it's extremely difficult to come up with any kind of evidence-based medicine assessment for echinacea as a category. It's the Bioforce product and their research that stands out. So accepting the award tonight for Bioforce, it is my dear honor to in the name of Varro Tyler, to give the award to the representatives of Bioforce in Switzerland in the United States. Paul Ross has been importing this through his company, Bioforce USA, his son-in-law, Pierce Sioussat, his daughter Abby. They're here tonight, and his grandson Alton, and here to accept the award tonight. I guess it's going to be either all 3 of them or you, Pierce, or who's accepting? You, Pierce? Okay.
Mark asked me to say a few words, mostly about him. On behalf of Bioforce AG in Switzerland, I want to thank Mark, the American Botanical Council, and the Tyler Selection Committee. We're honored by this award in many ways, but especially in 2 respects. First, the fact that our efforts in the use of research to prove safety and efficacy in traditional herbal medicine has been recognized by the committee. But second, the fact that we really hold in extremely high regard the companies that have previously been recognized with this honor, and we're very proud to stand with those companies. The work of Alfred Vogel, the founder of Bioforce, spanned many decades, and his philosophy and work will continue for many decades to come. Dr. Vogel let nature be his guide in matters of health. And he believed deeply that each plant is complete in and of itself, that every substance contained in a plant has purpose and significance, that they complement each other, and that they act as a whole. But in the world of herbal medicine, a nice-sounding holistic philosophy cannot replace the rigors of true scientific inquiry. Dr. Vogel had no fear when it came to subjecting his many years of clinical observation to gold standard research, peer review, and public scrutiny. With about 70 published trials and many more in-house studies, Bioforce has and will continue to fund relevant research and make that research available to the public for examination. Now, conventional medicine seems to have difficulty recognizing the substantial body of science and clinical research in herbal medicine. The point will come when such research, accepted for many years in various European medical communities, must be recognized here in the United States. This can only be accomplished through continued investment in clinical research, using commercially available products that are manufactured in a manner that ensures batch after batch and year after year consistency. It is also important that such research have a credible forum for public disclosure. And in this regard, the American Botanical Council plays an absolutely critical role. So Mark, thank you for your extraordinary contributions. Thank the selection committee, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
So our final, thank you, Piers. Appreciate that very much. Before we give our final tribute, our final award, I want to just read a short tribute to Norm Farnsworth, who's one of the founding members, board members of ABC. ABC was founded by myself, Jim Duke, and Norm Farnsworth in 1988, November 1st, on All Saints' Day. Norm passed in September at age 81.